What's up, Cloud Gamers? Welcome back to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel. We're taking a look at the House of the Dead remake on Google Stadia. This happens to be on the browser at 4K, so if I go here and check the connection, it does enable 4K, nothing for HDR or 5.1, but I was happy to see that they do enable a 4K stream for this game versus some of the more recent ports that just only support 1080p, so this was nice to see, especially with a Pro membership. Taking a look at the options in here, you have your typical control options for sensitivity and whatnot. You can use mouse and keyboard or controller. Not much for display. The game does target 60 FPS with no 30 FPS options, such as the Switch had at launch. A bunch of different things you can do in here to adjust your cursor and your aiming, but nothing major in your controls there. So if we go into new game, you'll have original, and you'll have different difficulties for that, and a new mode called Horde, which I haven't gotten into just yet, even though I've played this game quite a bit on my Switch. You can change your difficulty here for this. You have your local cooperative down here, or competitive, and then you've got your score mode of modern or classic, and we're just going to stick with classic as we jump into the game here and check out the gameplay and performance for Stadia, and I'll talk about my experience here a little bit with the game. Now, if you're not familiar with House of the Dead, this was like an old school light gun game, so I used to dump tons of quarters at the arcade playing this and the likes of Time Crisis. I also played those on my PS2 at home with a light gun when those came out. They used to be popular back in the day, so I was excited to see them bringing this game back to the consoles and PC and pretty much every platform now for the House of the Dead remake. Your aiming and everything now is done with a mouse and keyboard or a controller, and I believe the Switch has motion controls. I haven't tried them there, but I have played through the game there quite a bit. So the gameplay is a lot of fun. You can go through and play it different ways depending on what scientists you save, depending on what things you shoot along the way will kind of control your path, because you don't have any control over the movement of your character, only where you're aiming and the things that you're shooting at. You can get different things along the way. Different areas will have a wide variety of different like zombies and stuff as you go through, and you'll have boss fights and that type of thing. Depending on what scientist you save as you go along the way, like say this guy right here, if I don't save him and he gets thrown across, instead of going across the bridge, I'm actually going to turn, go down the stairs, and go look at him. So it kind of controls your experience depending on how you play, who you save, and that type of thing as you go through. You'll see another stutter right there as we move around, and again, you'll see these kind of little frame rate drops and things happen throughout the game. You'll see them, you'll feel them a bit as you're moving around, but once you're sitting still or when you're aiming or in gameplay, the game does try to hold that 60, but it does drop. Right here we have a stutter as we go in, and you'll see that quite often as you transition different scenes here. And this isn't just necessarily on Stadia. I've had this on the Switch as well, and it's more game optimization type stuff, but it doesn't break the game, and I'm so nostalgic for House of the Dead. It doesn't ruin the experience for me, and I'm a little biased when it comes to this game because it really meant a lot to me in my younger time. Now, if you've never experienced this game or you want to experience it again, even for the 25 bucks, I really think it's worth it on Stadia. It's probably one of my favorite games recently to hit the platform, and I've also been enjoying it on Xbox and Switch. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you with a little bit more gameplay that you can check out. It's kind of like a boss fight in the second episode or second act. But yeah, I really enjoy this game a lot. It's running decently enough on Stadia. Happy they have the 4K stream option, and no major complaints from me here. All right, guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. Check out a little bit more gameplay. Subscribe, thumbs up, and ring the bell if you haven't. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Reload!